So here we are, everybody. I'm going to be drawing out a black and white and a color version of a classic Halloween candy of a candy apple. Now, honestly, I've never really had too many candy apples. I don't think I've ever actually had a candied apple. I've had caramel apples, but not candied apples. Let me know down in the comments below, have any of you guys tried actual candied apples with the hard candy shell on the outside? I don't really see them that often. Now, I decided to choose a candy apple to draw because I feel like it is one of the most classic Halloween candies. It is something everybody knows. When you see it, it is synonymous with Halloween, and I thought it would just be really fun to draw, and the colored version would be very bright and fun. Something that candy apples also remind me of that's Halloween themed is bobbing for apples. Now, with bobbing for apples, I never really understood the fun behind it. I never really understood why people really wanted to do it. I get it's like a classic Halloween game or whatever, but for me, I just sucked at it. I don't know about all you out there, but bobbing for apples is f***ing difficult. I never could figure it out. It was more just like trying really hard to bite apples and then just bruising them with my teeth. And then if you think about it, it's just a bunch of people dunking their heads and biting for the same apple. And if you don't get it, 6 other people have already tried to bite that apple. So it's just kind of gross if you think about it, in my opinion. Let me know down in the comments below, did any of you guys like bobbing for apples? Did you have a technique that worked? Because for me, it just was honestly impossible. Now, while I'm drawing these out too, I thought I would tell you guys some fun facts. Of course, you know this is my channel. I gotta throw in some fun facts about candied apples. So for a few candied apple facts, candied apples have actually been around for more than 100 years. So definitely a classic Halloween snack. The traditional candied apples actually had a hot cinnamon coating, which honestly to me is absolutely disgusting. No shade to anybody who likes cinnamon or hot cinnamon coating or that sounds appealing to. Just for me personally, I hate it. It tastes like I'm eating hellfire. It is not my jam at all. I mean, if you do think about it, cinnamon and apple is a very good combination, so I definitely see the thought process there, but yeah, to me it definitely sounds like something I would avoid. And lastly, the original candied apples were actually only intended to be a pretty display piece in a candy shop and not to be eaten. I find that really interesting because I honestly thought this was the go-to first kind of Halloween candy that everyone liked back in the day, but I guess it just didn't start out as something that people ate. And I don't know about you guys, but for a really long time, I thought candied apples and caramel apples were the same thing. But apparently they aren't. Caramel apples clearly have that caramel, gorgeous, delicious toffee coating on the outside, and candied apples have that hard candy kind of outside. Alright, now that we're done some facts, let's talk a little bit about the drawings I'm doing. So for the black and white, I usually prefer to draw in black and white just because if you make a mistake, if you want to make a place lighter in the picture, easily erased, easily done. Now with colored pencils, it's a little bit more hard. You have to have kind of a mental map or draw out physically where you want all the light pieces to go, the dark pieces to go, before you start adding your layers of color because you cannot erase it. Especially these pencils I'm using here are soft wax core pencil crayons, and you definitely can't erase wax. So that one is definitely more of a thought process when you start with colored pencils. But the good thing about colored pencils is they turn out so gorgeous. The pop of color is just so fun and eye-catching. It definitely draws your eye a lot more effectively, in my opinion, than black and white can. To all you other artists out there, let me know down in the comments below, what do you prefer better? Drawing in black and white because you can kind of just go at it, take away, add as much as you please, or do you prefer the color? because of the pop of color and just how fun it looks at the end. They both definitely have their pros and cons. It definitely is fun to draw in both and do them in different techniques, but definitely black and white is a lot easier in my opinion. And while we're on the topic of Halloween candies, I'm really curious, what out there is your guys' favorite Halloween candies? What would go immediately out of your candy bag when you got home? What would you stash away, just so excited to eat? For me, I loved Kit Kats, so obsessed with them. Laffy Taffy was so good. And of course, those just absolutely amazing Reese's Pieces cups. I'm not a fan of the actual Reese's Pieces because if you guys didn't know this, there is no chocolate in them. It is just hard candy coating and peanut butter, which is kind of disturbing to me, honestly. Again, no shade to anyone who likes them, but to me, it's just kind of like not it. Now, my next question is, what was the candy or Halloween treat you absolutely hated getting? The one that you would give to your little sibling or your parents when they asked you if they could have some candy. What was that thing? For me, it was definitely like those just like weird balls of popcorn. You guys know what I'm talking about. They're like almost like caramel and popcorn, and for some reason they were just always already stale when you got them. They just tasted like not even popcorn at that point. It was almost like eating cardboard or something. It just wasn't good. And another thing I hated was getting pop cans. I mean, like, pop is great and everything, but if you're walking around doing your rounds for Halloween, it gets heavy with pop cans, and honestly, it becomes almost a certified weapon for children. So it's definitely something that was not fun getting. But definitely let me know, you guys, what was the Halloween treat you hated getting? I'm very curious. All right, so I'm gonna take these, put some final background touches and a little more contrast, and I'll be right back to show you guys what they look like. All right, here they both are, you guys. Which one is your favorite out of both of these? For me, honestly, it has to be the colored one. It just pops so beautifully. The blue background looks so good against the red of the apple. Like I said before, I love doing black and white, but always the end result of the color ones, your eyes just immediately go to, and they are super duper fun. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed the process of me drawing these just as much as I enjoyed doing these really fun candied apples. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys. It is really important for me to know that you guys are enjoying my content and you're coming back for more. Also, if you guys have any ideas of things you would like me to draw in future videos, please let me know down in the comments below. I love hearing your guys' input. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out my last week's video, and that will be linked at the end of this.